Hello, good afternoon. You are here for University of Houston Graduate School Master of Public Administration Information Session. I want to welcome all of you. My name is Bina Benavides. I am a program manager and a recruiter with University of Houston Graduate School. I have Dr. James Thurman. He is our director and also a professor of public administration. He's waving to us right now. We have Dr. Yosa as well. He is a professor of public administration and he helps out a lot with the public administration program, as well as Armita Tajadad. She is a current student. She'll be talking to us later, as well as Katie Hassett. She is an alumni of the program. So we're going to get started. We're excited to have you here. It is 5:30 on a Thursday afternoon. So thank you guys for joining us. We're excited to have you with us. We'll get started. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and see the screen. What we're going to do is have you guys submit your questions in the chat box. Later on in the presentation, we'll open it up for more questions and answers. You'll temporarily be put on mute. So if you can, just acknowledge in the chat box that you can see the PowerPoint and hear my voice. I think that'll be really great. And then I also we want to get to know you guys. So we want to know one positive thing that you've made time for while being at home since mid-March, right? So just want to hear about that. We're assuming that you guys are here, you're interested in the public administration program. I know one positive thing I've made time for is cleaning out my garage. I have so much more room in my garage, and it's been stuff that I've not wanted to go through. So that's definitely helped. And my dog is like very well exercised because we are going on a lot of walks. So go ahead and let me know that. Let us know how you heard about us too. I want to know if you're a current UH student, if you're alumni, or if you just heard about us and signed up online. So go ahead and put that in the chat box as well. We'll wait a second for you guys to join us. So Mallory, hello Mallory, welcome. You learned about the program through an alumni. Okay, great. And Samantha is a current UH student teaching one semester, student teaching, good for you. And then Kristen is organizing your house, good for you. You're a current UH junior. You asked your advisor about graduate school. So you're here to learn more about graduate school, maybe to learn more about the public administration program. Aina, is it Anya? You just graduated. Congratulations. You received an email from us, so it's really good. So thank you for joining us. Rashid, he is a UH alumni, and you received an email as well. So it's really great to have you guys with us from U of H and beyond. We're definitely looking to grow and open up opportunities for you to join us at U of H because it's a really great school. So what we're going to do today on the agenda is talk about University of Houston Graduate School, specifically the Masters of Public Administration program, how to get funding for graduate school, and then of course the application process, and get you connected to our professors and some of our students and alumni who have experience with that particular program. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to share a video to connect us. I want to let you all know that our campus is open. We are having face-to-face classes. A lot of people are taking them virtually, but the university has been working really hard to make sure that social distancing is happening and all the precautions and supplies are there to make that happen. So that's really good. And I'll get this started for us in a moment.
Let's write a story. One where you're the hero. One where you change the world. One research project, one business idea, one blueprint at a time. A story that starts with the University of Houston. Because we are a university of change, and we're evolving every single day. We're history in the making, sculpting the future of tomorrow, one student at a time. We're forever forward, bursting with inspiration and brimming with possibility. Right in the heart of the city that sent a man to the moon. That's home to the world's largest medical center. The place that showed the world that even in the toughest of times, we are unbreakable, unstoppable, and undeniably better than ever. But this isn't just our story. It's yours, and hers, and his. Because here at the University of Houston, we're still writing our legacy, and we've been waiting for you. Will you join us?
So that's our powerhouse, go Cougs. Just to give you guys a taste of our beautiful campus and all the greatness that's happening there. Definitely really good opportunities with U of H and our beautiful campus that we have. We'll get back to the PowerPoint now. So why choose U of H's graduate school? So we have 150 different master, doctoral, and professional degrees. Our programs rank really high for student satisfaction. We are the top 50 programs in US News and World Report. We are the #2 most diverse public university in the US from 2017. We're almost 10% of our students are international. In the graduate school itself, we have around 30% who are international, so it's very diverse. We're the #2 in our nation for our online graduate degree programs, and we have over 20 fully online graduate degrees. We're a Tier 1 research institution, so we have a lot of research activity and funding. There's a lot of really great things happening with our faculty and with our current graduate students. So Houston is many things, but it's one thing above all else. It's a city that always looks forward and never back. Here are some things I want you guys to know about the city of Houston. We are the 4th largest city in the US. We are about to pass up Chicago because our population is growing so much to #3. We are the largest medical center in the world. We have 24 Fortune 500 company headquarters located in Houston. So great employment opportunities. There's 145 different languages spoken in Houston, speaks to our diversity. And then we're the #1 city in the US for you to start your career. And I wanna know, where are you guys from? Go ahead and put that in the chat box. We wanna know what area you guys are from. I'm gonna let Dr. James Thurman, he's the director of the Master of Public Administration program. He's gonna talk to us more about the program.
Thank you. I really appreciate y'all showing up wherever you may be for this presentation. This particular slide, if you look at it, it kind of indicates where we've been last year prior to everything shutting down in March. We have several events. We try to involve the community. We engage the community. We involve our alumni. We involve the students. We get everyone involved. And if you look here, Mayor Turner last year was this year, it's not last year. In March, right before the shutdown, he was recognized as a Pioneer of the Year by our program, which means he has a legacy of serving the Houston metropolitan area in the legislature and the city council and now as the mayor. But we try to be involved and our alumni involved. So in our presentation, you'll see a lot of this. Okay, next slide, please. Now, our program has been around a long time, 50 years. So, and we produced, this says 400 graduates. We're about at 500 graduates for public service that work in the public service area. Here's an interesting little story for you. I don't know if it's going to help us attract you or not, but we were actually NASA, when NASA came to Houston in 1960s, the National Aeronautics Space Administration, they were looking for middle managers. They couldn't find any, so they came to the University of Houston and said, why don't you create a MPA program and create some middle managers or managers in the public sector. So that's how we got our start because of NASA. Now, our mission is, as you can see at the second point on the screen, is to provide you with higher levels of training and education for both students that are working and that have just graduated. So that would be, if you're working, you're in service, public managers. If you just graduated, you'd be pre-service. And we work on major metropolitan issues, what you might expect in the fourth largest city in the country. I might add something. This might be interesting to some of you, especially those who like urban politics. If you just considered, we're the fourth largest city right now in the United States. If you took the area outside the city, the population outside the city that's not incorporated, that's in Harris County, that would be the fifth largest city in the United States. So it's just you got a heck of, and over 1,000 units of government. It's a heck of a laboratory to learn about local government, state government, and regional government. And the banner at the bottom of the page, just notice we push this. We want to advance public service through leadership. And we think leadership is important in the community and in your organization. And you do this, we also teach management, because we teach leadership and management go hand in hand. And you'll see this. Next slide, please. So why do you want to get an MPA degree? First of all, you need to understand it's a professional degree. It's not an academic degree. Professional degree means we're specifically trying to teach you and prepare you for the public sector, to work in the public sector as a professional public manager. So if you look at the bullets here, of course you want to manage a public organization. How do you do that? Well, we're going to teach you how you do that. Well, we want you to provide leadership. I've already talked about that. And you want to make sure when you deliver public goods or public services, you do it with the 3 E's. We don't just teach the 2 E's, and the 2 E's would be efficiency and effectiveness. We also teach equity. You want to make sure there's equity in the services. And then, of course, you want to be, if you can't solve public problems, you're not going to do much good in the public sector. So we teach you how to solve public problems. And if you look at this bottom banner here, we don't teach solutions. We teach you how to find solutions. There are a million problems out there, so we can never teach a million solutions, but we can teach you processes on how to find solutions for those. And that's what we do. Now, finally, ethics in the public sector and the public arena is so important. Ethics overarches everything we teach. You got to have ethical behavior in the public sector. Next slide, please. And I mentioned already that we are a professional degree. It's a master's level degree. It's a graduate level. We also have a joint degree with the U of H Law Center, the law school, and we have a certificate program with the Hobby School, Master of Public Policy. So you can get a certificate in public policy and also public administration. Next slide, please. So you may be wondering, well, what kind of job do I get out of an MPA program, and what's employment opportunity? Well, here's our most recent survey. It's about 4 years old, of our graduates, our alumni. And this covers all the alumni since 1974. But 70% of our graduates work for local, regional, and state governments or nonprofits. Of that percentage, 34% of these work in local governments. That could be the city, that could be the counties, that could be a special district. And we also have some working for independent school districts. 17% of our students are in nonprofits, and 13% are in the private sector. Then at the time of this survey, 0 of our survey results are, we had a good sample, a good response. 0 reported not being employed. Everybody was employed. That was really good news. At that time, I can't promise you that right now. Everybody's having a hard time, but we keep up with our graduates, and for what we tell, they're doing quite well. Next slide, please. As far as your career, this same survey our graduates, our alumni indicated that 90% were very satisfied, are satisfied with the MPA education, which is a high percentage. And then 70% said that the MPA degree was extremely important or very important. And just to give a little bit of meat to those statements, these are some testimonies from former students that graduated. And one said, I worked in local government and didn't appreciate the MPA degree until I was hired into a higher level management system. And to me, that resonates with me because I remember 50 years ago, yeah, I've been around a while, but 50 years ago when I got my master's degree at the University of Texas, it took me a while to appreciate what it gave me. And you learn a lot from those degrees. And when you get into those higher level management positions or even a middle manager, wherever, all this starts coming back to you. It can really help you out. And here's the second statement there, the second bullet. I would have struggled in my current position if not for my education at U of H. And that's a good point because a lot of our students at work, they pick up skills and they pick up the nuances of management, running a public organization, and it improves their standing in the organization. I'm always amazed when they call me and say, I just got through using this, I use that book. But the stuff you're teaching is very helpful to us. And then finally, the one at the bottom, I wouldn't have the job or the career that I have now without an MPA. That all makes us feel good, but the point is, this degree can get you somewhere. Next slide. Dr. Watson will handle this.
Thank you for joining the virtual session. And these are the core courses for our MPA program. And so basically, like Dr. Thurman mentioned, and this is a professional degree program, and so train managers. Mainly, we are teaching organizational theory and then also data analytic skills, and also how in the policy implementation and policy analysis. And those are the main sort of courses for MPA program. These are the core, which means everybody has to complete those courses. And then I think the next page is specialization. So 3 courses are allocated to your specialized field. And so the purpose of allocating 3 courses are we trying to give you some opportunity to create the niche. And so this specialization field could be tailored by you and for, your career goal or wherever you want to, place your next sort of job placement. What kind of skill set you need, what kind of area of knowledge you need to, have to take advantage of, your job interview. So this 3 specialization course, I think lots of students will take advantage of taking this flexible approach for us to, give you this freedom for the selection. And then capstone project, we recommend, choose topic, the same sort of area of specialization. And so topic plus 3 specialization course, you can sort of, claim here I have the specialization field. And, that would be a good advantage for you to progress your, job position or obtaining a placement. So that's the two other important requirements. The internship is optional. In a way, optional means if you are already worked as a full-time, then you don't need to do the internship. If you haven't, then you need to complete this internship requirement. Objectives, again, for your benefit. We hear every time a student go to job interview, first question, come out from interviewer's mouth is basically, what is your experience? So at least you have internship experience. Talk about your experience. So that's the requirement. And comprehensive exam, you may not see a little bit below the screen, but we have a comprehensive exam at the end of the your student career in the MPA program.
Okay, as far as scholarship opportunities, the MPA program, we have several scholarships. Most of them are based on merit. And you can look on our website, our MPA website. It'll give you need to apply for them. It gives you the information on the scholarships. This past year, this past semester, we probably awarded probably about 14 or 15 scholarships. And then also, that's the MPA program. Also, the University of Houston has scholarships, and those are also available on the website. Dr. Wasta, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think, there's a lots of opportunity for earning monetary finance support. Prior to, before you start the semester, application process, you'll be selected as a recipient of MPA scholarship. And then when you enter and joining us, and then there's several scholarship available based on your performance. So there's a lot of opportunity. I encourage you to work harder.
I just might add something here about this particular slide. This slide in the middle, the one in the middle with the lady in red, I think that's the women in government, or the women in public service in Harris County. And we've had several of for female students, several of our female students year on year has received that scholarship. So that we always feel good about that. A lot of these other scholarships you see here are by the Alumni Association. I forgot to mention that, but the Alumni Association also provides scholarships through, they provide $500 scholarships for current students, and they also contribute through our Public Official of the Year event for our bigger scholarships. So a lot of these are due to the Alumni Association here.
Hi everyone, my name is Armida. I am a second semester student at the MPA program. I graduated from the University of Houston downtown with a bachelor's in political science, and I currently work for the city of Houston in public works. But just a quick rundown of my experience with the program. I actually stumbled upon the program online, researching graduate programs. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I want to work in government at the federal level, toward the end of my career. But, right now I'm in the local level. So I knew I wanted to do public administration or any type of government relations management. So I applied for the program, and I honestly knew that it was like a great fit for me. Like literally after the first class session, it was just so, the conversations and the experiences of everyone was so good that I just knew. But I also like that the professors are very helpful. If you ever have any questions, they are not hesitant to help you at all, and everyone's just very close with, you know, helping each other understand the information. Also, in the previous slide, I want to add that I like that it's recognized in the field, especially around Houston. We have, I know a couple alumni that are in actual government, city council, and I think Mr. Dylan Osborne, who was pictured in the previous slide, he's the Harris County treasurer or something like that, or city of Houston, I'm sorry. But so it's very recognized, and the professors really help you succeed. And I just, I've had a very positive experience so far. So, you know, if you're thinking about potentially joining the program, I would say just jump right in. It's very great, and it has a great community.
Armida.
Yes.
Armida, you're right. Thank you. You have a better political sense than I do, and we teach this stuff. Yeah, I need to recognize our elected officials for sure.
Yes.
But Dylan Osborne is a Harris County treasurer. We also have a City of Houston council member, Sally Alcorn. She's at large. And we have a City of Pasadena council member, Cody Wheeler. And we may have a few more. I just come off the top of my head, but that's the ones I can think of right now. But thank you for bringing that up.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your input on your experiences. Miss Katie Hassett, she's a current alumni or prospective alumni.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Katie Hassett. I also work for the City of Houston in Department of Public Works, in Houston Public Works, I should say. That's our new name. I was a graduate in 2012, so it's been 8 years now since I've left the program. Time flies. We have a fairly active alumni association, as Dr. Thurman mentioned. We participate in scholarships to help support the program. We volunteer our time on the committees for, you know, best paper awards and other items like that. We volunteer for the Public Official of the Year to help support that event. Our Alumni Association itself sponsors an annual event, well, in pre-COVID times, for networking opportunities for other alumni of the program. And we also do roughly at least quarterly socials to network. Sometimes they're at lunch, other times they're in the evenings. So we try to stay connected as a program and to really help promote some both internship opportunities and other job opportunities that we have available. So we try to stay active on social media. And so the lights went out. We're up on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of that stuff. So we try to stay connected.
Great. Thank you, Katie. Great to hear from you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, Katie. I was supposed to have this slide up there. I forgot about it. Sorry, as you were talking. But this is a few examples. In fact, right here to the left, to the left photo here, that's Dylan Osborne, Harris County Treasurer. But this is our various alumni and everything. But this is a good illustration of a lot of things they do. Next slide.
So I want to tell you guys about how will you pay for graduate school. I'm sure you're wondering that, right? And it was talked about earlier about all the scholarship opportunities. I wanted to also connect you with the graduate school webpage for more opportunities to help with funding. We do offer need-based aid through the Graduate School Fund. 2 requirements are Texas resident and a FAFSA is required. There's graduate tuition fellowships and assistantships, as well as merit-based scholarships and financial aid. You can find out more about our funding opportunities at the website that's posted there. And again, I will be sending you guys the PowerPoint after this session today. And then getting funding to pay for graduate school, it's all about you planning ahead. Like today, some of you guys are here, you're trying to plan and figure out what you're gonna do. The same thing would apply to try to get that funding, to be proactive, to figure out what the costs are gonna be, doing your research, of course, applying for those opportunities, looking good on paper, and then budgeting yourself, making those wise choices to stay within your budget so that you can accomplish the other goals that you want, especially when it comes to funding graduate school. And then I wanted to go through the application process overview. This is the steps that we kind of, what you're going to be going through. So step one is the online application. It's through our Apply Web. You can set up an account with a login name and password at the web link that's posted below. There is an application fee. If you are a domestic applicant and you've attended today's session, we can give you an application fee waiver code. I'll be going through that in a moment. If you're international, it's $80 to apply, and then for certificate programs, it's $25. The next step is submitting your transcripts. You'll definitely want to do that. Now, if you are a current UH student and or an alumni of U of H, we can actually, if you do let us know in the application that you're alumni or a current UH student, we can look up and pull your transcripts in our admission processing office. So that makes it even more easier for you. And of course, step 4 are test scores, as well as any other additional materials that you may need that the program wants you to submit. And I think we'll be going through that a little bit later in the presentation as well. And then I'll let you guys talk about this, Dr. Thurman or Dr. what's that?
Okay, so here, spring 2021, deadline is October 15th, and required document, official transcript. This one is sent directly from your institution and to the University of Houston. And so if you go to our website and admission page, there are 3 different methods of delivery. So please take a look at the address. I think a snail mail and then express mail and also digital delivery. And those are the 3 methods you can choose. And GRE requirement, and due to the COVID-19, we sort of provide an option. You can still submit the GRE score. Some of you prefer submitting a GRE score based on last semester's experience, but also we give you an option to send a writing sample, which basically we're looking at critical thinking and then writing sort of ability of, you right now, or you could submit something you wrote at the college. Either way, that's your choice. There's no the sort of writing sample format or anything like that. But 2 things, your writing ability and critical thinking. Those are the 2 mainly we'll take looking at. And 3 letters of recommendation and your statement of purpose. So those are the requirement. Everything is digital. So if you go to admission page, there's a button, apply now, and that will take you to the application system. And you just follow the, step-by-step instruction to fill out the application. And the scholarship, we're going to review, the committee will review the recipient of a scholarship based on the merit, but you can submit the application, which is available from on our website, the first page, homepage at the bottom. There is a sort of a PDF format you can download and then fill out and then submit. And so that's the information on admission.
Awesome, thank you. Good information, guys. Okay, I wanted to show this to you too. This is the money saver. This is another incentive. This is for you guys who are attending today who are considered domestic applicants. So I wanted to tell you what you'll do is reach out to UH Graduate School once you've gotten to the end of the application to get the application fee waiver code. Once you reach the last page of the application, you'll send to gradschool@uh.edu your name, the date of the info session, which I can't believe it's already September. It's a beautiful Thursday. So September 17th, right? The program that you're applying to, MPA, a photo of the last page of the application. I wanted to show you guys the last page. This is what it looks like. This is section 19 of 19. You'll definitely want to give yourself enough time to fill out the application. And then what you're gonna do is send us a snapshot like, hey, this is where I'm at in the application. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that you've attended today's session. So if you send me the email or the grad school, they'll find out from me if you've attended, and I'll say, go ahead. They'll generate a fee waiver code to send to you. So we just ask that you guys give us 1 to 2 business days to get that to you. Usually it's the same day because I'm usually online a lot. And then what you'll do is you'll insert the waiver code into the box where it says application fee waiver code, and then just press submit. And then yes, we will, and then you'll submit your application and be done with it, right? So definitely a money saver and an incentive for you. And then these are our contacts. So definitely, if you guys have questions, concerns, you want to connect and find out more about the programs, I would definitely connect to Dr. Wusa and Dr. Thurman. They're really great resources for this wonderful program. And then if you have questions about the admission process, you can definitely contact me. That's my email, and then the grad school as well. And I think what we're gonna do now is open the floor up for questions. You're welcome to unmute yourself if you want, or if you feel more comfortable putting it in the chat box. Today we have about 7 people with us. So yeah, I definitely want to hear from you. So Aaron says, by the way, I ran into Todd Litton at the store and he told me to tell Thurman hello.
I'm glad he ran into somebody that liked me. Say, nobody's asking a question, but I would point out on the internships, we get a lot of requests from cities and like the Metro, the Toll Road Authority with Harris County, just different places, and they have internships available. And when I receive those, I send them to all of our students, email them. And sometimes I ask if our students are just beginning, I ask them, clear it with me before you apply. But usually I just let the students, they apply and see if they can get the internships. The internships are competitive. They aren't just placed easily, but we do get a lot of opportunities though.
Samantha asked a good question. She said, will the waiver fee still work if I don't apply till next year? Yes, I will make sure that you are in the system as that you attended this session. So we will have attendance for you. I mean, you're always welcome to come back and like kind of maybe get a refresher if you wanted to like reconnect with everyone, because we'll probably still be having sessions then too. But either way, ooh, Mallory asked a good question. What is the student to professor ratio?
Well, right now, just an example, normally it might be from 7 to 18 students. It depends on the class. Right now, I have 14 students in administrative theory. Budgeting probably has about the same, but some classes may have a smaller, 7 or 8, but we don't usually have very large classes. Is that a good answer? Does that make sense?
She says, great. And then Anya is asking if the application is open for fall 2021, or maybe when does that app open?
Dr. Watson, for fall of 21? That's a good question.
I didn't find the button. I think the fall 2021 hasn't been open yet. And so I believe they will open maybe January. So, or maybe end of this year, about December. Maybe, take a look at, if you go to the application site, you can see, but I think it's still not open, that one yet.
I'll go there really quick just to show everyone where it's at too, as a really good resource to refer back to help out. Or you can share your screen too if you want. Good questions. I know that, I don't know if either one of you guys want to answer it, but to like maybe go through what a good ideal candidate would look like. Like, what are you guys looking for in applicants that get into the program?
Well, I'll say a few words and then Dr. Watson can add some. But what we're looking for somebody, and that's one reason we have the statement of intent. We're trying to, we look for people. First, of course, we want you to have undergraduate degree. We want you to have good grades. And we want to see some interest in the public service. You want to work in the public service. You have an intention to be in the public sector. And it's always helpful to see that you've had some experience in the public sector, but that's not the only thing. If the intention is good, that's what we like that. Dr. Watson?
Well, I think those experience part you can write on statement of purpose. And then, statement of purpose, I think you need to craft and how you're going to present yourself and how you're suited to how much you're committed to the public sort of sector job, and also how much you're committed to the workload sort of you need to go through on the graduate program. So it's not that much of how many years you experience or not, but how much sort of experience you have and what is the sort of MPA training will be benefit to advance your career. And those might be, strategically present yourself and then show us a, very attractive candidate. And that might be a good sort of a thing. We are not require you need to have a certain year of experience or not, because we accept lots of, people just graduate from a college. So,
what's important about it, if you think about it, what we require, we look at the complete student. So if your grades, your GPA, your the GRE or your writing sample, and also your references and the letter of intent. So a lot of times for me, the letter of intent has really it showed me the student's worldview, how they look at the world, how they look at the future or whatever. It can be very helpful. And of course, you can be just a student without any work experience at all, and still have a good view of what you want to do.
Oh, those are really good answers. Okay, this program starts both in spring and fall, correct? Because the sooner the better. That's what Aaron says.
What's that? I didn't follow that one.
I missed the question.
Sure. The question is, does this program, quote unquote, start both in the spring and fall? Is that correct?
Yes. We accept the application for fall and application for spring. And spring semester start in January, and then fall semester start on late August.
Aaron says the sooner the better. I think Aaron is wanting to really apply and get in and get started. So that's good, Aaron. Thanks for sharing. There you go. Good news for you. And then Mallory said, I think you may have already covered it in regard to the statement of purpose. How many family / work / academic / volunteer experiences is the admission committee expecting? Very specific.
Well, I mean, as far as, yeah, I'm open. I was checking my mute. I'm on. But as far as what she listed, you can list one of those. You can list all of them. But you might just tell why you want to be in the public service. You know, it's just kind of you kind of let it, your heart. It's kind of like, I believe sometimes we call it public service motivation, and it's been researched. It's shown that sometimes it's in your DNA. You know, I want to work in the public sector. Or I want to do this or do that. You could actually say, I want to get my MPA degree, and I want to use that knowledge as I go into the private sector, and explain that, because we do have students working in the private sector, and they were hired to bring that government sense of government into their companies. So it can be half a dozen or a dozen or whatever. What do you want to say in your statement of intent?
Awesome. Good information. Really great questions, everyone. Any more questions for us? We had such a successful session today. I want to thank everyone for attending today's session too.
Yeah, thank y'all. Really appreciate it.
I think we'll stick around for a few more minutes. I want to thank the speakers, the students and alumni, and for everyone attending. I will be sending you guys a PowerPoint. We definitely want to hear from you, and hopefully you'll apply. There's some really great opportunities with this program. So I want to thank you guys and have a great week. Everyone, you're free to log off if you don't have any more questions. I don't know if you guys want to say anything else. So yes. I think we're okay. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks again. Go Cougs, U of H. This is a place to be for public administration and beyond.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
We'll see y'all later.